Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Talking Today. I'm your host, and today we are tackling a big question. How can you master English listening? How do you go from hearing just a few words to understanding everything, speaking clearly, and feeling truly fluent? This video is for everyone. Maybe you're just starting. Maybe you've been learning for a while but listening is still hard. Or maybe you want to take your English to the next level. We are going to break down how to improve your listening, step by simple step. We'll talk about practice, about tools, and about how to make listening fun and easy. And the best part? We'll use simple words, so you can listen and understand everything right now. Let's start our journey from zero to fluent English listening. So, what is listening in English? It's not just hearing sounds. It's understanding. It's taking those sounds, words, sentences, ideas, and making sense of them in your mind. This is a very important skill. Why? Because you cannot speak well if you cannot listen well. Imagine trying to talk to someone, but you don't understand what they are saying. It's impossible. Listening is like the input. Speaking is the output. If you have good input, you will have good output. It's that simple. And it's not just for talking. It's for watching movies, listening to music, understanding news, and reading books with audio. Listening is everywhere. Many people focus only on grammar or vocabulary. These are important, yes. But listening is often forgotten. Today, we change that. We put listening first. Let's talk about the very first step. If you are a beginner, if you feel like you understand almost nothing, where do you start? The answer is simple. Start with very, very simple English. Don't try to listen to a fast movie or a news report. That's too much. Think about a baby learning a language. They hear simple words from their parents, mommy, daddy, milk, bye-bye. They hear these words many, many times. You need to do the same. Find audio that is made for absolute beginners. What does this mean? It means slow speech, clear words, simple sentences, short sentences, and often a small number of new words in each listening. Where can you find this? Look for English for Beginners podcasts or YouTube channels. Look for children's stories in English. Even simple nursery rhymes can help. The goal is to get your ears used to the sounds of English, to hear the rhythm, to start to connect simple sounds to simple meanings. Don't worry about understanding every single word at this stage. Just try to catch some words. Try to hear the main idea of a short sentence. For example, if someone says, "The cat is big," try to hear cat and big. That's a great start. Repeat after the audio if you can. This helps connect listening to speaking. But primarily, just listen. Listen many times. Don't be afraid to listen to the same short audio 5, 10, or even 20 times. Repetition is key for beginners. Okay, you're past the absolute beginner stage. You can understand simple sentences. Now, how do we move forward? The next step is called gradual increase. This means slowly, little by little, making the listening a little bit harder. Think of it like building a muscle. You don't start by lifting a very heavy weight. You start with a light weight, then a little heavier, then a little more. English listening is the same. What does gradual increase mean in practice? It means moving from very slow speech to slightly faster speech. From very simple sentences to sentences with a few more words. From very common vocabulary to a few new words. How do you find this kind of material? Look for ESL Podcasts. ESL means English as a second language. Many of these podcasts are designed for learners and have different levels. They might have conversations that are a little bit slower than native speed, but faster than beginner speed. They might talk about everyday topics in simple but natural ways. Another good resource is simple stories. Not children's stories now, but simple short stories for adults. Again, look for graded readers or simplified stories. These stories are written with a limited vocabulary and simpler sentence structures, but they still tell an interesting story. Many of these also come with audio. When you listen, try to understand the main idea of paragraphs, not just single sentences. If you hear a new word, don't stop the audio immediately. Try to guess the meaning from the other words. This is a very important skill called context clues. We do this naturally in our own language. You need to learn to do it in English too. Listen actively. What does actively mean? It means you are not just letting the sounds go into your ears. You are thinking. You are trying to understand. You might even repeat the sentences in your mind. You might try to guess what the speaker will say next. This kind of active listening makes your brain work harder, and that makes you learn faster. Now, let's talk about a powerful technique called word match or listening with transcripts. This is a fantastic way to improve your listening and your vocabulary at the same time. What is a transcript? A transcript is the written text of what someone is saying. So, if you're watching a video or listening to a podcast, the transcript is simply the words written down. Here's how to use it. Step 1. Listen without the transcript. Just listen to the audio or video. Try to understand as much as you can. Don't worry if you miss some words or parts. This first listen is just to get a general idea. Step 2. Listen with the transcript. Now, listen again, but this time, read the transcript at the same time. As you listen, follow the words with your eyes. What happens here? Your ears hear the sound, and your eyes see the word. This helps your brain connect the sound to the written form of the word. You will start to notice words you thought you didn't know, but when you see them written, you recognize them. You'll also see where words connect, where sounds change, and how sentences are built. Step 3. Listen again without the transcript. After you've listened with the transcript, listen one more time without it. You will be amazed at how much more you understand. Because you've already seen the words, your brain has a much easier time recognizing them when you just hear them. Step 4. Optional but recommended: read the transcript aloud. Read the transcript yourself. This helps with pronunciation and speaking. It helps you practice saying the words the way you heard them. Where can you find transcripts? Many YouTube videos have automatic captions, which can be used as transcripts. Many English learning podcasts provide transcripts on their websites. Some language learning apps also offer this feature. Look for resources that clearly state they have transcripts. This word match method is incredibly effective because it targets both listening and reading skills, and it helps you understand the connection between spoken and written English. It's like having a secret key to unlock comprehension. As your listening improves, you'll want to start listening to more authentic materials. What does authentic mean? It means real English, spoken by native speakers, for native speakers. This could be movies, TV shows, regular podcasts, news reports, documentaries, or YouTube videos on any topic: cooking, science, travel, anything you find interesting. This is where many learners get stuck. They move from simplified English to fast, native English, and it feels like hitting a wall. The key here is to choose materials that match your interests. Why interests? Because if you are interested in the topic, you will be more motivated to listen. If you love cooking, watch cooking shows in English. If you love science, watch science documentaries. If you like video games, watch gaming channels. When you are interested, your brain stays engaged. It's easier to focus, and you learn more without feeling like it's a chore. When you start listening to authentic materials, it's okay if you don't understand everything. In fact, it's normal. Don't get discouraged. The goal at this stage is not 100% understanding. The goal is to improve your general comprehension, get used to different accents, and increase your vocabulary in context. What to do when you don't understand? Don't stop every 2 seconds. Let the audio play. Try to get the main idea. Sometimes, you understand later in the conversation. Guess from context. As we talked about earlier, try to guess the meaning of new words from the surrounding words and sentences. Use subtitles if available. Start with English subtitles, not subtitles in your native language. This is another form of word match and helps your brain connect the sounds to the written words. Later, when you're more comfortable, try watching without any subtitles. Re-listen to difficult parts. If there's a specific sentence or phrase that you just can't understand, rewind and listen to it a few times. If you still don't get it, you can look up individual words, but don't do this for every word. Remember, exposure is important. The more you listen to authentic English, the more familiar your ears become with the speed, the common phrases, and the way native speakers talk. Now, let's talk about connecting listening to speaking. Listening is input. Speaking is output. They are two sides of the same coin. Good listeners often become good speakers. Here are some ways to practice speaking while you improve your listening. 1. Shadowing. This is a very powerful technique. Shadowing means you listen to a native speaker and you try to speak at the same time, like their shadow. You don't wait for them to finish. You try to speak almost immediately after you hear the words. This helps with your pronunciation, your rhythm, your intonation, the rise and fall of your voice, and your speed. Start with short sentences. Use the same simple audio you use for listening practice. Listen to a sentence, then immediately try to say it exactly as you heard it. 2. Listen and repeat. This is similar to shadowing, but you wait until the speaker finishes a sentence or a phrase, and then you repeat it. This is good for focusing on specific sounds and accurate pronunciation. You can even record yourself and compare your voice to the native speaker's voice. This is a great way to hear your own progress. 3. Summarize what you heard. After you listen to a short audio, try to tell someone, or even just yourself, what it was about. The speaker talked about. Or I learned that. This forces you to process the information and express it in your own words. It helps you check your understanding. If you can't summarize it, you might need to listen again. 4. Answer questions. If you're using a textbook or an online course, there are often listening exercises with questions. Answer them. If not, create your own questions. For example, after listening to a short story, ask yourself, who are the characters? What happened first? What was the main problem? Answering these questions practices both listening comprehension and speaking. 5. Talk back to the audio. Imagine a conversation when you're listening to a podcast or an interview. Imagine you are part of the conversation. When the speaker asks a question, pause the audio and try to answer it. If they say something interesting, pause and react to it. Oh, that's interesting. Or I agree with that. This makes listening more active and connects it directly to your own speaking. Remember, the goal is to make listening and speaking flow together naturally. The more you connect them, the more fluent you will become. Consistency is more important than intensity. What does that mean? It means it's better to listen for 15 to 20 minutes every single day than to listen for 3 hours once a week. Our brains learn best with regular, small doses of information. Think of it like watering a plant. You water it a little bit every day, not a huge amount once a month. Make listening a part of your daily routine. Here are some ideas. Listen while you eat breakfast. Listen during your commute to work or school. Listen while you're doing chores around the house. Listen before you go to sleep. Listen during your exercise routine. Even 10 to 15 minutes of focused listening a day will make a huge difference over time. Don't wait until you have a lot of free time. Find small pockets of time throughout your day. Variety is also important. Don't always listen to the same type of material. Listen to different accents, American, British, Australian, etc. Listen to different topics. Listen to different speeds. This prepares you for real-life conversations, where you will meet many different people and hear many different ways of speaking English. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. If you don't understand something, don't worry. Just keep listening. Your brain will slowly start to connect the dots. Celebrate small victories. Maybe yesterday you understood 50% of a podcast. Today you understood 55%. That's progress. Focus on your improvements, not on what you still can't do. So, to summarize our journey from zero to fluent English listening. 1. Start simple. If you're a beginner, begin with very slow, very clear English made for learners. Focus on hearing simple words and main ideas. Listen many times to the same short audio. 2. Gradually increase difficulty. Slowly move to slightly faster speech and more complex sentences. Use ESL podcasts and simplified stories. Practice guessing words from context. 3. Use word match, transcripts. Listen without transcript, then with transcript, then again without. This connects sounds to written words and dramatically improves comprehension. Read the transcript aloud for pronunciation practice. 4. Embrace authentic materials. Choose materials based on your interests. Don't worry about understanding every word. Focus on the main idea. Use English subtitles as a bridge. 5. Connect listening to speaking. Practice shadowing. Listen and repeat. Summarize what you heard. Answer questions and imagine conversations. Make your input, listening, lead to your output, speaking. 6. Be consistent and patient. Listen daily, even for short periods. Vary your listening materials. Celebrate every small step forward. Mastering English listening is a journey, not a race. It takes time, practice, and patience. But with these strategies, you are on the right path. Every minute you spend listening is a minute closer to fluency. Thank you for joining me today on English Talking Today. I hope this script helps you on your English learning journey. Keep listening, keep practicing, and you will become a master listener. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more English learning tips, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. We love to hear from you, so leave a comment below and tell us what helped you most with your listening. Until next time, happy listening and happy learning. If you find this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. See you in next video.